Today I wanted to talk about 4 myths that I often see on Pinterest. So the first myth is people would ask, how many pins a day should I post? 5, 30, 20, whatever. What is the number? What's the perfect number? That's not how you should look at it at all. It's not important how many pins you pin. It's important that you pin your pins to all your boards. And the reason why? It's super simple. My blog is lifestyle blog. I have rabbits, I have beauty, I have interiors, and I have blogging, let's say. So if you are interested in blogging, but you're into dogs or cats and not into rabbits, you're not gonna follow my rabbit board, right? So you're gonna just follow this one. If someone is interested in rabbits, but they don't have intention to read my blogging or interior post, they're just gonna follow my rabbit board. So when they do it, I will see the amount of people who follow my certain boards, and all in all I see how many followers I have. So if I pin 5 or 30 pins to bunnies, but I don't pin anything to beauty or interiors, then those followers are not gonna see nothing from me. They're gonna see the content of my competition and they're gonna click on it and going to go to their websites. So that's not what I want. I want to pin every single day to every single of my board, because then I have a chance to be seen. So my content is going to be shown. And then how much you should pin, it depends on the board that you're pinning to. If you're pinning to your own board, you can pin however much you feel it's appropriate. But when you're pinning to group boards, you have to make sure that you are not underpinning and not overpinning, which means some groups would have rules like pin maximum 3 times a day, 5 times a day, stuff like that. Start pinning 3 times a day, and then after a couple of days, go review all the boards that you have and see whether your pins are not too close to each other, because you don't want to be the only one pinning. You want your content to be visible on the feed in the board, but you don't want to be a person who just takes all the space and it's like your pin and your pin and your pin and your pin, because this is maybe not very engaged board. Also, if there are big boards and people are pinning tons of stuff, you may want to put it more frequent. So that's how you should look at it. Next thing, don't repeat the same pin over and over to the same board, or even across your boards, because if someone follows all your boards and you're pinning the same pin to different boards, they're gonna see the same pin over and over. They're gonna be annoyed because they don't want to see the same stuff over and over. So make sure that when you're starting pinning, you have a lot of different pins. It's not that hard, it's not that expensive to have really good quality pins with different designs. So just invest either time or money and have those pins ready for you. And look at the sizes. I know people are used to pinning very long pins, but they're no longer convert. So look at the impressions, look at the repin ratio, look at the saves ratio. You can see it in Pinterest. You don't need to look anywhere else. That's all visible. Just go to the board and you'll see it underneath the pin. Yeah. So that was the first one. You don't care about how many times you should pin. That's not important whether it's 5 or 30. For different people, for different boards, it will be different number. So there's no gold rule here. The next thing was, some people will say you can only pin 100,000 pins. That's a bullshit. There are accounts that have 500,000 pins. So I don't know why people even write those kind of stuff. That makes no sense. Don't look at it. You can pin however much you like. I saw people with 500,000 pins on their account, so don't worry about the 100 rule. You don't have to delete your pins. Some people say don't repin other people's content, just pin yours. No, you can do it. Like at some point, Pinterest is just gonna close your account, and you're gonna have no account. All your words gonna be taken from you. Don't do it. You have to interact with content. That's how Pinterest works. You want to show the best content. Don't think about other people as competition. The world is too big to think of others as competition. For me, the only competition is my mirror. I don't have no competition. There's way too many people I can work with, Other Pinterest managers are not competition for me at all. So don't worry about it. You have to repin other people's content as well. Don't be the person who just pins their content and that's it. So the way I do it, I have my pins, my personal pins that are being repinned to all the boards that I have, and every couple of days, or sometimes even every day, I would go to the boards that I'm a member of, and I just repin 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pins depending how many I like, and I just repin them. So I don't want to be a person who just pins my stuff. I repin other people on content too. I read a lot. I read like 30 to 100 posts a day. So yeah, do that. Many times people post on their pins, I have 6 million people on my blog. And those are usually like young bloggers that just started. When you have 6 million reach on Pinterest, it doesn't mean that 6 million people came to your blog. Honey, if this many people came to your blog, you would be making thousands and thousands of dollars from ads. So that's definitely what you would be writing your post about, not about 6 million reach. So how does it translate? 6 million reach means that 6 million people are able to see your pins. Every single month there's 250 million monthly active users, so that's like how many people can see your pins. You of course don't have reach to everyone, so the biggest I can see is like 10 million plus. I never saw more than that on different accounts, but that's just says that a lot of people follow you and a lot of people interact with your content. Now from that, that's what they see in their feed, but it doesn't mean that if they saw it in the feed they will definitely click on it or they'll definitely save it. So you have this other metric called engaged. So the engaged would tell you that this is a sum of clicks and a sum of saves. So if someone saved your pin, they didn't go to your website, they just saved it for later. They may click on it at some point, but they didn't land on your website. So only the clicks are the people who are coming from Pinterest to your website, and you can see it when you go to analytics, go to website, and click on clicks, and you'll see how many clicks you have a day. So that's a totally different story. Having 6 million reach does not mean you have 6 million pages. That's definitely not the case. Okay, so that was the 4. Don't worry about having to pin 30 times. It depends on your boards. It depends. It's more important to pin to every board than to pick a certain amount of pins. Other thing is you can only pin 100,000 pins. That's bullshit. Don't worry about the count of pin you pinned. Don't repinning on your own content. It's gonna hurt you at some point. They'll throw you away. I saw blog posts and people who have big amounts of blogs and make over 60,000 a month with all those blogs. They were thrown away for doing that, and they wrote a post. So don't do it. You definitely don't want to be punished like that. And 6 million reach means 6 million people on my blog. That's not how it counts. You have to go to your analytics website clicks, then you will see how many people came from Pinterest to your website. Reach is just telling you how many people sees your pins, but they don't have to save them, they don't have to click on them. Thanks.